They say life is like a balancing act. We're all juggling different things and we have to keep them in equilibrium. We have to make sure we balance them and make sure none of them fall. And on paper, this is a good idea, but I think in real life, especially if you want to go far in something, it doesn't work. Let's say we have 7 or 8 plant pots, and each of these plant pots are something that you put focus into your life. That could be relationships, a career, education, any hobbies you have, etc. You've got these 7 or 8 plant pots, and you can water each of them, and the water represents your time and energy. Now, of course, we only have a certain amount of water, a certain amount of time and energy in the day. And among these 7 or 8 plant pots that we have focused into, there's a couple more plant pots that we don't really acknowledge, but they're still there, and we're still mindlessly putting water into them. These are distractions like social media, toxic relationships, gossip, things that take our water from us, our time and energy. And by the time we come to do something and focus on another task, we've got no water left. But let's say we've eliminated those and finally realize that those plant pots are not doing us any good. If we want to put equal amounts into these 7 or 8 plant pots, that's not going to be a whole lot of water. Like, imagine it's just, I don't know, your time and energy is worth a coffee cup's amount of water. With 7 or 8 plant pots, and you're having to do an equal amount in each to them, they're not going to get a whole lot of water. Like, they're going to grow, most certainly, but none of them are going to flourish, at least not anytime soon. It's like you're playing Monopoly or any board game and just rolling ones. Like, sure, you're going to get somewhere, you're going to pass go eventually, but there's a quicker way to do it, and people are just flying past you and reaping the benefits. In terms of balancing, and it's impossible if you think about it to balance really, no one really does it because no one's putting like 25% into this and 25% into that and 25% into this and 25% into that. Like, no one's having that exact amount of time and energy into everything. I'm sure you could do it mathematically, but in a practical sense, it just doesn't work. You know, we probably have like 7 or 8 plant pots, and we have one of them that we're putting, I don't know, 75% into. Then we've got another that we're putting 22.7654% into, and etc. etc. Like, there's no such thing as putting equal amounts and having that kind of balance. Like, I had a subscriber send me a comment, hence why I'm making this video, asking how he can balance school and can balance the gym. Now, it's been a while since I've been in school, but I was going to college. College in the UK is for 16 to 18-year-olds. And I was going to the gym. That's when I actually started going to the gym, when I was 17. And to be totally honest, I disagree with how school is run. The school system teaches you a lot of useless stuff. Unless you're actually wanting to go into a specific career in the subjects that you choose, it's a waste of time. And I say just try and get through it with decent grades and then put it behind you if you're not wanting to do anything further with it. This isn't saying to slack off, but as I said, just get through it, complete it, and then move on to anything else you want to do. And something that I did was put a lot of emphasis on the gym, because when I first started, I was obsessed with looking attractive, looks maxing, and all that stupid stuff that is really just irrelevant to me these days. I was building muscle, trying to bulk up, doing it very wrongly because I wasn't having enough calories. And my grades did suffer. I chose the subjects in college of biology, Spanish, and English. Don't ask me what was going through my brain when I chose them. And I really enjoyed Spanish. I really enjoyed English. I did very well in those subjects. Biology was a struggle. It wasn't that it was difficult, it's just that there was a lot of stuff to remember. And I had no motivation and drive to remember it. The only reason I chose the subject was to keep my options open. And I really didn't want to do biology in the future or have any, medical things, so whatever it was. And I didn't have a balance with it. Like, no one's going to have a balance with it. I put more focus into the gym. I'd say I've spent 60% of my time in the gym, and then 40% of my time studying. And of course, I didn't only have 2 plant pots, I had other stuff I was taking my focus, like video games, socializing, just wasting a lot of time, really. I had 3 periods where I was just socializing with people when I should have used it to get ahead in my revision and learn more about biological concepts. And to the subscriber that asked how to balance school and gym, you've got your whole life. I assume you're a young man. You've got your whole life to build muscle in the gym. School is just a small chapter of your life, and it's going to be over in a flash. So I would say dedicate more focus into school than the gym whilst you're in school. Once you leave school, maybe you're wanting to go to university, whatever it is, but once you leave, you can put more focus. It's just something ticked off and you've got it over and done with. But whilst you're there, make the most of it. Make sure you're putting focus into your studies. Make sure you're not being distracted by social media, by what people have to say, and you're dedicating all of your focus, well, not all of your focus, of course, but a lot of your focus into the school. And with the gym, something that I've recently done as well is that I've taken my foot off the gas in terms of gym. I became obsessed with bulking, obsessed with looking good, obsessed with building muscle. I've got a pretty good physique, but I've seen guys in the gym who are on steroids, who are like 6'4" beasts with muscle. And I've heard them talking, and they're always saying that they're not strong enough. They've not got enough muscle. And it's like, damn, it can never be enough, it seems. They're chasing something. They've got a limit. They've got a physical limit to their body, but they're not satisfied with it. And I wasn't satisfied with the way I looked. So I was going to the gym 6 days a week and having 4,000 calories a day. I cannot tell you how exhausting that was. How bloated I felt. How I felt I was trying to get a lot of energy to use in the gym, but I was using the majority of it digesting food. And the amount of time I was just wasting going to the gym. I'm not saying the gym's a waste of time, but you need only 3 days a week in the gym to build muscle. Especially if you're starting out, that's fantastic. Even a lot of advanced lifters stick to 3 or 4 days in the gym. Because my focus now is not to build muscle. I'm using this extra time that I was spending in the gym to make videos, to better my social skills, to go to church, to meet new people. And this is because I'm in this chapter of life where I've just stopped caring about the superficial things and decide to focus on myself. So to that young man and all the other young men listening, or to whoever's listening, if you're still in school, put focus in school. You've got your entire life to build muscle into the gym. This isn't saying just completely drop it, but if you wanted to put your whole focus into studying and then pick gym up back in summer, that's up to you. But definitely put more emphasis on your studies, get it over and done with the best possible grades you can get. Once you finish that, you can put more time in the gym if you want to. And just in general, with life, you cannot expect to excel at something if you're trying to keep everything in balance and equilibrium. I'm putting more time into YouTube than, let's say, time into reading, because I use reading as my knowledge building, unwinding time, but it's not going to make me money. It's not going to allow me to thank my parents for everything they've done for me. I can build knowledge that I can use into the videos. But if I'm just dedicating loads of time to reading and building knowledge, sure, it's helping me mentally, but it is not helping my situation at hand. What's going to help me is taking action and making these videos. And it isn't set in stone. I always see it as different allocations. Maybe I'm putting more water into this plant this week and it's growing fast, so now I need to put other water into other plants that are wilting and show weaknesses. Just think to yourself, where can I block my time? Where can I allocate my time? Where can I put my time into something that will flourish? Of course, there's non-negotiables like school, work, whatever you have to do. But make sure you're putting your time and energy, your water, your life source, into a plant that will flourish and help you build a beautiful garden. I hope you've enjoyed this video, bro, especially to the bro that commented wondering what a school life and gym life balance was looking like. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you've helped you out. I'll see you in the next one. God bless, and as always, you take very good care of yourself.